ministry. And what does that call look like to you? Like, how did it manifest?
It wasn't easy because I was told about it, but didn't accept it because I've seen how people in ministry, pastors, whoever, what they go through and what people put them through.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not the one. No. And so I remember my pastor telling me, he said, you have a call on your life. A call to do what? I was a deacon and was happy to be one. Yeah. Didn't want to go any further and refused to go any further for a while. And he kept saying, you have a call on your life. And then one day he said that, I said, okay. So me trying to be funny, just to see if it was really true, I went to God for myself. I said, I can't hear what man has to say. I need God to tell me himself. And me being smart aleck, I said, I know God's not going to tell me. I know he's not going to tell, because he don't talk to people. I know he's not. And I had asked him. And the funny thing is, when I asked him, it's kind of weird because I said, well, God, if me being a preacher and delivering the gospel is something you want me to do, have people start calling me a preacher. Mm-hmm. Well, that was wild because before the day was out, somebody was asking me, was I a reverend? What? Wait a minute. Am I a preacher? No. And it's strange because I was right here at Broadway, and I remember this lady came in, and she asked me, she said, are you the pastor here? I said, I'm done. I'm done. I said, no, I'm not. Oh. And so then I just accepted it. But that wasn't, I bet I put God through 3 cycles because one coincidence was not enough for me.
Of course not. Right.
It was not enough for me. So the second I'd ask him again, I said, okay. And I'm looking at the first time they calling me preacher. I'm like, what a coincidence. That's I ain't sold. Ain't enough. So I said, okay, God, show me doves. Show me some doves, and I'll know that that's what you want me to do. And I'm still working here at Broadway. And before they did all the construction out here, every morning I would come in, there'd be a lot of birds out here. I had no clue what they were, so I just kept asking God, show me some doves. And that went on for about 2 or 3 months. And then I remember coming into work, and the Holy Spirit spoke to me. And it's weird, because just like you and I are talking, that's how audible it was. He said, you don't even know what doves look like. So he said, I need you to go in here and go into the library, as a matter of fact, where we are right now, and get you a picture dictionary and look up doves. And so I did that. I looked at this picture dictionary and looked at these doves. Then I looked outside. Then I looked back at the book. I'm like, no way. No way. Hundreds of them out of nowhere. Then I started seeing them everywhere. In my own backyard.
Oh, my gosh.
On the roof. Right in the midst of going through some issues in my own home. And looking out back and seeing on the roof doves all over the roof next door. And I told my wife, I said, I am not preaching no gospel. And she grabbed me. She said, don't ever tell God no. And so, but that wasn't enough for me.
Even with God daring you to say, hey, deny this sign.
Right. All these doves. And it was weird. I'm like, ain't enough. And that's because I didn't want to go through what I seen everybody else go through. And even going through that, I need to know because I know life ain't easy.
Not at all.
And if I'm going to go through it, I need to know how real you really are and that you're going to be with me. So I gave him the third and final one. I said, okay, this one I know he won't do. I said, okay, God, if me preaching the gospel is what you want to do, you tell me yourself. I said, I knew he wasn't going to do that. Well, I was in the kitchen before they remodeled it. Like you said, every break time I'd be reading, and that I was doing. I was reading in the scriptures, in Romans, as a matter of fact. And I looked down at the page, and it was all the wording on the pages was gone, but 3, and they were highlighted like somebody took a highlighter and highlighted them, and it said "From above, preach." No way. So I shut the Bible and I got up and ran through the fellowship hall. Like, where am I going to go?
Not running from God.
That was the final. That was it. That was it. And from then on, I made a public announcement, accepted the call, and it's been on ever since.
Gotta be side by side.